like this, what FlyQuest are cooking here, because they have so much counter-engage. They have the ability to play side lanes with the Rise plus global ultimate of Ascena, and they have Poppy for
down to shove.
It was pushing back. It was building up, pushing back.
Okay, mid lane is going to return to their lane. As a trade comes through, Hook connects once more.
Yeah, Busio still in some danger down here. The Ignite's already been used. Busio with the counterattack, headbutt pulverize, but there's not a lot of power early on from Masu Senna. Busio forced to use his summoner spells defensively to get away safely, but no! Masu drops instead, and Elk and On are running the 2v2 in game 3.
Very nice punish from the BLG bot lane. As Inspired on the Dragon.
Inspired's jumping in, and a teleport's coming in from FlyQuest side as well. Bwipo's making his way down, and since Bwipo shows up, Inspired forces Beishwan to flash back out over the wall, and this will be a Dragon leashed for FlyQuest.
And so we'll see in the next 5 to 10 minutes when BLG start to turn it on, and they start to go very aggressive for their kills.
Like they're doing right now. Beishwan, level 6 on the Vi, immediately engages on Busio. Dawning Shadow from Masu can't save him. It's a 1-0 for BLG as On gets away with 100 HP. Beishwan, level 6, first here in the jungle, and it pays off for BLG.
BLG's comp just has so many playmakers on it. The Hook CC that's provided by the Nautilus. Ooh, Inspired has found Vi.
Yeah, Inspired jumping in there for the slam into the wall. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Realm Warp coming in as Ben has to run towards the FlyQuest side. Bwipo drops the ultimate down for the Cannon Barrage to slow the Ambessa, but now Bwipo's got to be careful. Quad with the flash to guarantee that Ben doesn't get an outplay. FlyQuest are finally on the board. Up here on the top side, Masu cancels his own recall, and with Inspired jumping in there and forcing Beishwan away from the Void Grub pit, now Beishwan has made his way back towards it with the control over the top side from Elk and On.
And he has his flash up. Well, it's pretty deep.
Yeah, he's very far forward now. TP's coming in for both sides. Bwipo gonna tank some damage here at the start, down to about half HP. Flashes away from the hook, but Knight's ready to follow. Dawning Shadow for the shield onto Bwipo. The charm hits, but the orange won't save him. Now, On, stuck, rounded, rooted up, and he'll be burst down next. Inspire grabs the kill as Busio jumps forward, but Knight's already cleared the distance. FlyQuest making a 1-for-1, but Masu's gonna drop if he's not careful. BLG successfully get their carries
back for that death. They spent so many resources up to the top side of the map, so BLG, they just get the bottom side money for Ben and the Dragon for themselves.
Exactly, Kobe. It was just such a huge investment.
Continues scrapping with Bwipo's gangplank. This shield's making it so Bwipo doesn't even get any valuable damage in return. Perfect execution. Ben jumps in. Bwipo about to fall, and Ben gets the solo kill.
Ben getting rich is
great awareness of not only do I have more levels, so I've got now more CDR, but also I just have more damage than you. Takes an initial trade, fully commits, and now it's Busio in danger.
Busio pops the Unbreakable Will immediately as BLG engage on him, and now he has no powerful defensive tool. Quad's in danger as Knight uses the Spirit Rush immediately, going point blank with Quad. He lands the charm right into the Vi follow-up. There's the dredge line too. BLG have so many tools, and they're beating FlyQuest to death with them.
And this is what we talked about in the draft. BLG don't have to slow the game down. They have so many ways to force skirmishes, force collapses, and this was another fantastic collapse. They got control over the mid wave. They moved into the top side jungle. Quad doesn't respect the potential collapse, and now Inspired gets hooked.
Inspired just going where he has no business being. On sees free money presenting itself, and he is happy to collect.
BLG, they are not slowing down at all. It's going to be a steamroll here. They're getting out of control with the amount of money. That's going to be the tower as well.
This is almost a 4,000 gold lead with that first turret falling. 14 minutes into the game, by far the most one-sided early game in the series. Here in game 3, BLG are absolutely dominating FlyQuest.
They get the flash out from Quad as well.
Because look at how deep those wards are. Whenever BLG take over an area of the map, you can see leaving behind a bunch of vision right here. That just enables further picks for them. So FlyQuest, their goal of trying to farm up and play the map, well, they're going to go for that bin.
They've got to try to get this here, as Ben wanted to use the perfect execution on Quad, but a nice sidestep means no way out for Ambessa. Inspired picks up the kill. The lead for BLG back down to 3,000, but that's still a commanding advantage. Busio looking for even more, but a TP from BLG on. Flash Dredgeline finds Quad. The Rise, the immediate target, and BLG has found another kill. Now FlyQuest scrambling to keep the fight going as Knight is ejected. Keeper's verdict might try to save him as On's about to drop next. FlyQuest are going to find On. FlyQuest are going to find another on Beishwan, and FlyQuest win the fight. The gold lead drops from 3,000 down to 2. Masu stepping away from the Spirit Orb, and FlyQuest will finally stop the fight.
That game continues to be on point. We're getting closer to 20 minutes, and he's well on pace to get above the 50 stacks mark. BLG, though, they're not going to slow down their aggression. They know they're in the driver's seat. They've set their eyes on the top side of the map, and they want to contest this tier 2 tower.
Meanwhile, you're going to see Inspired working on the next Drake. BLG, though, happy to trade Dragons for gold here as they'll secure the tier 2 in the top lane. That is BLG grabbing their second.
Steal the Raptors, take that gold for themselves. Yeah, BLG pushing it forward, though, getting a secondary one. I think FlyQuest, honestly, are still we're kind of at a little bit of a tipping point here, though. BLG, they can tip over and get a couple more big objectives for themselves. They already are taking over a large area of the map, and more area means more possibilities of picking off FlyQuest members and getting that gold. So 2 more outer towers going the way of BLG means they can set up this vision. So many shields on the enemy team, but Otacon's already started up Flowers.
Yeah, the Otacon's down to half HP. On's not going to hit his dredge line. FlyQuest is on the approach. BLG backing up a little bit here as Masu tries to enter in. Cannon Barrage already used, forcing BLG back. Now Otacon down to 3,000 HP. FlyQuest still thinking about it, but Keeper's verdict was already used. West! Stolen away by Beishwan. Absolutely massive there. But what about the rest of the fight? BLG backing up now. They've lost On, but they claim the On's death timer just now ending. He's got to make his way back out onto the rift the long way. Nautilus forced to walk all the way down here as FlyQuest hanging out in the brush. Busio goes in for the 2-man knockup. Bin and Elk, though, not under a whole ton of pressure. Dawning Shadow. Busio still alive as Quad has to be careful here in the front line. Beishwan's in the back. Pressure onto FlyQuest carries as Masu stays alive, but Quad is already down. Beishwan dies next. On, tanking on the front line as Busio dies to Elk. The killer instinct from BLG is there. Knight tries to escape. Inspired needs more damage, and he finally finds him. Shut down over to Bwipo, though, but Elk hunts him down. It's a 2v1 left on the map. 3 dead on BLG, 4 dead on FlyQuest. It's a Bot River bloodbath.
It's an insanely close fight between the two, but Elk was the difference maker. Patient with his ultimate. He does not go in too early, recognizing...
Yeah, you could say that's effective. That is a very effective Kai'Sa right there. And we'll see if they can find their engage over the wall.
On, gonna get jumped on here by Busio and Bwipo together, but now immediately Masu's about to die at the very start. He's barely hanging on as Quad goes into the stasis, but now he's dead. Masu's down too. BLG have cut everybody on FlyQuest to pieces, and Busio and Inspired have to try to get away. Ben goes in for the perfect execution as Busio drops. It's 2 for 5, and BLG are still standing.
That's gonna do it for BLG. They should be able to take the Baron afterwards and the tower at the same time. They just deleted Quad and Masu right at the beginning of this fight.
With an immediate engage over the wall, he gets knocked out of the fight, but being clumped up like this, with Elk's positioning fine and safe on the back line with the re-arrival of Knight, it just becomes the decimation of the FlyQuest roster as they find an ace and a Baron as well.
With the Otacon power, with the Baron power, BLG now have the tools to push in and close it up.
9,000 gold, the lead for BLG. They've got the Baron for the next 2.5 minutes. I would not be surprised at all to see them go for the kill shot. Why they still have this buff. Bwipo and Inspired trying to defend here at the tier 2 turret, but FlyQuest is now so far behind. We're past the realm where FlyQuest can try to make a big move of their own. They're going to need a mistake from BLG, but BLG have all been sending it all together all game long.
And FlyQuest, though, they still have to remain with the game plan. They're trying to play defense while get resources by split pushing. You see Rise on the top side of the map trying to push out, look for the objective bounty, while the rest of the team clears waves. Gangplank, very effective at clearing waves here. They're trying to buy themselves some time. They sacrifice that mid inhibitor. They have the Rise, accomplishing something with the split push, but it is a drop in the bucket at the moment.
On's going in immediately. Bwipo and Busio going to take half their health, but On is dead. Keeper's verdict knocks Elk out of the fight so that FlyQuest don't have to worry about the major carry.
Quad commits the TP. He was pushing on the top side of the map, but he wants to be here in the event that it could convert into a winning fight. Both
is against you. If you can change the numbers in a very effective way, then maybe.
All right, On gets stunned by Inspired, but the Acadian Rain from Elk firing back. On very low on HP here, and Quad is going to get the kill. FlyQuest with another pop onto the support of BLG.
Sometimes it's just a brush camp as well. You put up your control wards, camp on your brush, get a pick.
Now Knight running away, trying to disengage. Busio looking for maybe if there was an opportunity to try to...
1,000 gold. Vancouver, do you believe in the defense? Do you believe in FlyQuest?
They seem to, as On tries to go in for the engage. Immediate keeper's verdict to knock Knight back out of the fight. FlyQuest again will find the Nautilus.
That's another Nautilus.
They're going to start the Baron up themselves at the same time. They're not doing it particularly quickly, so FlyQuest are going to get the Drake and then Realm Warp up to try to stop them. It's the Cannon Barrage to start things off. Knight is trying to cover for the rest of BLG as they make their escape. The Baron starts to regenerate, and On is alive and back on the map. He's making his way up to the rest of BLG. Elk's at only about 60% health, but nobody seems to want any more. Not yet.
FlyQuest, the defense is good for now. Bin was thinking of flanking. He actually calls it off, though. Minions are on the inhibitor in the bottom lane. They have to go defend.
Close to a death cap. And we talked about it as a dream, but FlyQuest are looking to make the defense a reality.
Yeah, the teleport's coming in from Quad, and immediately it's going to be On in some danger again. Inspired slams him right back into the wall, and FlyQuest is moving forward. Baron down to 5,000. Inspired into the pit. Base one's ejected. Busio here on the front line. FlyQuest take the Baron. Now the follow-up fight slams Bin back into the wall. Base one's onto Masu, but it will not matter. There is no follow-up. Knight is crestfallen. There's nowhere for him to go, and Elk is hunted in the top side river. They've lost their major weapon in the bottom lane. Elk dead for another 30 seconds.
Minions.
Realm Warp for the minions. FlyQuest going in.
Elk is dead for 30 more seconds. The wave, the damage is unavailable. This center is huge. FlyQuest
pushing for the first inhibitor. They're going to find it. 15 seconds on Bin, 15 seconds on Elk. FlyQuest making their way onto the Nexus turrets. Busio here in the front line as On tries to defend. Base One's going to be the next target. Base One barely getting away. Busio still alive. Knight goes on a killing spree. Inspired down to 200 HP. A little bit more damage kills him off. Bin jumps into the fight as Base One's about to drop. They do secure the kill as Masu is still firing. Elk into the back line, and FlyQuest are aced.
The defense from BLG was strong enough to keep FlyQuest away from the Nexus. Knight did so much work. The arrival of Elk solidified it. They now have the minions, and they're looking to close out this game.
FlyQuest thought they had the miracle angle. They tried to go for the end, but BLG stand tall. Bin's got the minions, and On's gonna join him. BLG will have free firing time on the Nexus turrets. It turned way closer than they thought, but BLG will secure the win and move to match point.